Welcome back to another live tutorial. If you're tuning in, this is Maltida Crochet. I share crochet tutorials and projects. You can check on my YouTube channel. You can subscribe, like, share my videos. I drop crochet tutorials weekly. And so today, for this live section, for this live tutorial, I'm going to be sharing with you how to crochet a square coaster. So I'm going to share with you how to do a square coaster. This is not necessarily this is not square, but I'm going to share with you a square coaster. This is also a coaster and is great for cups, mug, your teacups, bottles, and this is in a granite stitch. So it's going to be like in a 2-in-1 tutorial today. For this live section it's going to be a 2-in-1. I'm going to be sharing with you how to make the coaster, and as well you're going to be learning how to do the granite stitch. The granite stitch is also known as the moss stitch, the moss stitch, but it's called different name, so I call it the granite stitch. So you're going to be learning two things: how to make a coaster and how to make the granite stitch. A very simple stitch and beautiful, a very nice texture, and this granite stitch is nice for coasters, pot holders, blankets. You want to make cardigans, this stitch is really good for that. So many things. It's good for scarves as well. So as you can see, I'm just going to illustrate, so you can just keep your cups on it, mugs, anything, bottle with water or tea. This is really beautiful, and you can crochet one, for yourself to use, for your own personal use, or you can make few of this and send it as a gift. As we know that some festive period is approaching soon, like Easter and all that, you can crochet this and gift someone. It's really nice, very beautiful. So I'm going to start with 3 colors of different yarn, but for this project it's better to use a cotton yarn, so I'm using a cotton yarn. Yeah, everything here is a cotton yarn, so I'm using cotton yarn, different shades, colors. Make sure that it's just different colors. You can play with different colors, but this is the colors I'm going to be using today for this tutorial. Now, for the next thing is to talk about the crochet hook. I'm using a 5.0 millimeter scissors, darning needle. There's no need for a stitch marker, but if you're a beginner you might need a stitch marker, but I really don't see the need of using a stitch marker for this project. You're going to need a darning needle, scissors, and a 5.0 millimeter hook. So if you're joining in new, welcome. Give my video a big thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section there. Just leave a comment and let me know what you would like to see me do next, and let me know what you think about this tutorial today. And now what I'm trying to do is get my yarn from the inside. I like to work from the inside out. It's better to work that way. So as I'm gonna start this tutorial now. Just give my video a big thumbs up. So I pull that out from I work from the inside out, and best way to work. So just let me unravel this, okay? And now, to start this, for this square or the granite stitch, I'm going to work a slip stitch first. So there's a slip stitch. You can do whichever way you prefer to do your slip stitch. You can always do that, but if you're a beginner, you can always check my tutorial on YouTube on how to make basic crochet stitches. In that tutorial, I explain how to make slip stitch, magic circle, very detailed, single crochet, half double crochet, triple crochet, so many ways to, start as a beginner. So you can check my videos on that. Do not forget to give my video a big thumbs up. Thank you for joining in. So to start this, I'm going to start with a chain. So I'm going to chain 20. So I have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20. So this is 20 chain. Now I'm going to do one more chain, and the chain one, this one more chain. So I said 20 chain, but I added one chain, making 21 chains. But this one chain is the turning chain. So we're not going to crochet into this chain one now that I had it. So we have a total of 21 chain, but I'm not going to use the first chain. I'm going to go into the second chain and start a single crochet there. One single crochet, chain one. I skip the next chain, go into the next, one single crochet, chain one. And keep in mind that I'm also teaching you how to make, this is also a granite stitch tutorial. It's also a granite stitch tutorial. Now I skip the next chain, I go into the next, one single crochet, chain one. I skip, I go into the next, chain one. I skip this, I go into the next, chain one. Skip and I go into the next, chain one. I skip and I go into the next, one double crochet, chain one. I skip, I go into the next, one single crochet, chain one. I skip, I go into the next, single crochet, chain one. I skip, I go into the next, chain one. And now you would notice that there's one more left. So I go into this space, I did one single crochet there. Sorry, into the last stitch I did one single crochet. Now chain one, and I turn my work around. I turn to the other side. Now what I'm going to be doing from the second row, this is the second row, what I'm going to be doing now is I want you guys to see this should be the first stitch, but I will not go into this first stitch. What I would do is go into the chain one space from the previous row. So I'm not going to do a single crochet here, I'm going to do the single crochet here. So I go here, one single crochet, I pull that up, chain one. Now there is a single crochet here. No, I'm not going to work into that single crochet. I'm going to work in the chain one space. So I go here, one single crochet, chain 1. Now I'm not working anymore into the, and I also want to let you know that for the first round, for this first row, it might be really hard for you to see where the chain 1 space is. But as we progress, as we continue from the next row now, it will be easy for you to spot where the chain 1 is. But yeah, for the second round here, it might be really hard, so you need to take your time to check. So this is the next chain 1 here. Chain 1. This is the next chain 1. Single crochet, chain 1. So here we have a chain 1 here, single crochet, chain 1. I skip this and I come here, single crochet, chain 1, single crochet and chain 1. You're walking into, I'm walking into the chain 1 space from the previous row. Single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, chain 1. Okay, here as well, chain 1. And now here there's going to be, you will see this all here in the last corner here. You know, in the last corner we put 1 single crochet. You go into that hole, you do 1 single crochet and chain 1, then turn. So this is what we have now. This is what we have now. So the size of my yarn should be 4.0 worsted yarn. It's a cotton yarn. My yarn is a cotton yarn. Yeah, thank you, Lady Crochet. Yes, I'm using a 4.0, as you said. Oh, sorry, a 4 weight yarn. Yes, I'm using a 4 weight yarn. This is a cotton yarn. Now, moving forward, that's chain 1. I've chain 1 now. Moving to the third row. So this is the first double crochet. It's the first single crochet. I'm not going to go there. I'm going to go into the chain 1 space from the previous row. Sorry, 1 single, chain 1. And now, as I said earlier, from the third row, things will get a little bit more easy. Why? Because if you check your work properly, you would notice this V shape here. This V shape. So this V shape indicates that after this V shape, this is where the single crochet is. So this is where the chain 1 space is from the previous row. So after this V, you do a single crochet, chain 1. After this V, this chain 1 space is next to this V, the V shape. Now, moving on. So we've done the first one there. Now, you can see this is the V shape here. For this, you can see it looks like a V. I go into the next space, 1 single crochet, chain 1. You can see here again the V. I go into the space next to it. That's the chain 1 space from the previous row. 1 single, chain 1. And you see, into the next is the chain 1 space. Chain 1. This is where the chain 1 space is. Right after the V shape. So chain 1, 1 single crochet, chain 1. 1 single crochet, chain 1. Yeah. So I believe I have 3 rows of this. I was supposed to do 2 rows. My bad. Okay, now You see this last V here? This is the last V. This is the last V. And here there's going to be a space here. And this is the space. I'm going to pull my yarn to do the last single crochet. But instead of that, I'm going to grab the other color, the next color, because I'm going to be working with different colors. What I'm going to be doing differently is it's going to be 2 rows. So now I did 3 rows here. This is the darker shade. This shade is darker, so I went 3 rows, but I'm just going to keep doing it 2 rows, alternating between the colors. So, but just repeating the same thing basically. So I grab the next color of my yarn and pull through to finish off. And I keep this one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fasten off the other color. Sorry, the other color that I'm not working with anymore. I'm going to fasten off. Yes, there's going to be a little bit of yarn, leftover yarns running around, but it will all make sense at the end of the day. So if you don't want to change colors, you can just repeat the same color. It doesn't really matter. So chain 1, turn my work around, then, and you can see that after this V, there's this V here. Sorry that you can't see it because I changed the color, but you can see there's a V here. So I come in there and do my first single crochet, chain 1. There's a V here. There is this V. I go into the next space, 1 single, chain 1, into the next V, 1 single, chain 1. What I'm doing is to carry this yarn along with me, so I don't need to do a lot of weaving in afterwards. And now next to sorry, I made a mistake here. Sorry, I'm going to start that again. I did my stitch in the wrong places, so yeah, is the right place. 1 single crochet, chain 1, 1 single crochet, chain 1, yeah, 1 single crochet, chain 1, yeah, 1 single crochet. So I'm just repeating the same thing. Please do not get I'm just doing it just right after the V. I do the chain and the single crochet, chain 1. That's where this chain 1 from the previous row. Yes. And 1. Thank you, Lady Crochet, for just signing in. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. And yes, this is the moss stitch, but it's also called a granite stitch. Yes, I said earlier in my videos that this stitch is good for blankets, scarves, pot holders, coasters, hot pad. So chain 1 and turn my work around. So I'm turning my, so okay, moving on. I'm going to start 1 chain here, sorry, 1 single crochet, chain 1. So after this V, 1 single, chain 1, 1 single, chain 1. And if you're enjoying my tutorial, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel, give this video a big thumbs up. Chain 1, chain 1, chain 1, okay, chain 1, yeah, chain 1, and right here. If you notice that I'm doing that, because this is how it should look like. I have 2 rows already. I have 2 rows. I'm supposed to alternate back to, oh sorry, to the next. So I have 2 rows already. Here's the first row, and that's the second one right on top of it. Now moving on to the next color. So for the next color, I'm using this beige, and I'm just going to pull through the other yarn and chain 1. I'm going to fasten off here, fasten off there, and turn my work, Now I'm going to start here. 1 single crochet, chain 1, 1 single crochet, chain 1, and now yeah, there is a hole here, and it's important to get into the last. It's important that to get into, it might seem a little bit hard to work into, a little bit hard, but we have to work the last stitch there. Chain 1, turn my work around, and then start a chain, single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, chain 1. This is so easy for beginners. It's a very easy stitch to learn. All you just need is a single crochet and a chain 1 stitch throughout. It's a repeat row pattern. You can leave a comment in the comment section to let me know what you'd like to see me crochet next. So you have to grab the last. There's a hole here in the last stitch. It might be really hard to see, but it's important to grab the last stitch there. Now I have 2 rows already. I'm going to switch back to the color that I started with. this is the next color. I'm not going to finish this. I'm just gonna grab the next color, and also it's also a great way for you to learn how to switch colors when you're working with crochet. Chain one, then turn my work around. Yeah, it's the first stitch. Chain one. Yeah, moving on, single crochet, chain one, single crochet, chain one, single crochet, chain one. Mm. So what I'm going to do now is, if you notice that I didn't fasten off here, I'm going to fasten off afterwards. I'm going to cut off this yarn. I will cut off this yarn when I need it. I do not want my yarn to tangle up. I come here and do one single chain one into the next chain one space, one single chain one, a single chain one, and here is the last V. So there's a hole here where you have to do the last chain one, turn, this is the chain one space, single crochet, chain one. And if you're just joining in, welcome. This is Maltida Crochet. Don't forget to like my video. If you love this tutorial, please drop a like, subscribe to my channel. I have a lot of content on crochet tutorials, different projects. Chain one, chain one, and then here chain one, and this is the last V. Be careful that you do not skip it. Be careful you do not skip this last stitch. It might seem really hard to work into, but you just have to find that space. And I'm switching back to the next color, and that will be the baby pinky color. So moving on to this color, turn, into the space, one single crochet, chain one, into the next space, one single crochet, chain one. Please do not mind, I don't know why my yarn is a little bit rough there. Single crochet, chain one. I don't know what is wrong there. You know what, I'm going to unravel this. I didn't see that earlier. I'm going to cut off that area. I do not understand what happened there. So I'm going to start over. I just needed to cut off that area where the yarn seemed a little bit rough. So just to start again. yeah, chain one, sorry, single crochet, chain one, single crochet, chain one, moving on, single crochet, chain one, single crochet stitch. So just repeating this row, nothing really fancy. Chain one, chain one, so here, insert my hook to the corner. Very really, you might almost want to skip that place, but be sure to insert your hook there, chain one, turn my work around, and yeah, single crochet, chain one, hi everyone, hi everyone, welcome, and I'm sharing the tutorial on how to crochet a square coaster, a coaster for your cups, mug, teacups, and for your drinking bottles and things like that. Then moving on to the next. Sorry. Now, here. And I'm switching to the next color. Now, I have this color on the project. I'm going to grab my scissors and cut off a little bit, something that I can weave in afterwards. So I grab the tail and continue to work as usual. I do this so that I do not have to unravel my yarn, because I have 3 yarns that I'm working with. Things can get a little bit messed up if I keep cutting off the yarn every time I'm done. Now to the next color. I pull through, chain one, turn, sorry, here's the full single, chain one, and do not mind all this yarn tails. I'm going to hide everything afterwards. Chain 1, chain 1 into the space, single crochet, chain 1 into the last corner here, into the last corner. If you pull that aside, there is a space there. Chain 1, turn. So I'm changing color every second row. In the comment section, you can tell me what you like to see me crochet next, so we can crochet together. You can leave that in the comment section, what you would like to see me do next. You can go to my YouTube channel to check my latest videos. I drop content 3 times in a week, so you can go there, check different content and different crochet projects. Then I come into that space. And this is the last stage. Always hard to see, but you must walk into the last space. Okay, pull through, pull through, pull through. Sorry, I'm not supposed to pull through entirely. I'm going to change the color now. A few more rows to go for this. Moving on to the next color. So I'm just going to cut off this. Insert. The granite stitch can be done in just one color if you want to, but I love it like this in different shades and different colors. round. Into the next, sorry, chain one, and into the next space here. So yeah, you have to work in that now. That's the second row. So it's time to change to the pink color, to the other color. So this is the color I'm going to be using next. This one. So I'm going to cut this one off and pull through the next. Okay. Chain one, then turn. Starting the first stitch. Chain one, yeah, chain one, and turn. Okay. Chain one, and yeah. To the next color, and I have the next color here. I'm going to fasten off. The next color, chain one, turn. see, this is the first V. See, next to the V, the chain one space, and that is single crochet, chain one. Next to the V, single crochet, chain one. Don't forget to like and share, subscribe to my channel, give my video a big thumbs up. We have a few more rows to go. Few more rows to go. So I have, because this stitch is pretty dense, it's pretty dense, so I'm going to work a few more rows. I'm going to work more rows. Why? And it's a single crochet stitch. It doesn't really add up so quickly. And as you notice, I have almost 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. That's 14 rows. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. 14 rows plus this, 20. So now this is my 21 row. Because it's a single crochet stitch and it's pretty dense, it doesn't, you may seem like I'm doing a lot of rows, but yes, the single crochet stitch, it doesn't normally give you the length that you want. Now into the next chain one. So you have to work more rows. I need to still work 3 more rows with what I have already. So it's a total row of 24 rows. That's because it's a single crochet stitch. It normally will not give you the length that you want until you work a lot of rows. Okay, to the O next to this V. So I'm just pulling that away so I can work into the, okay, V, chain one, turn. This is the first V. It's easy to see once you continue from row 3. Easy to spot the chain one. Into the next chain one. Okay, sorry. You can see this tail, I pull it from here. So I work in my tails too. Not everything. I'm going to cut that one off afterwards. There, chain one. Chain one. Now this is the last V. I have to work, so I need to pull this away so I can walk into the space there. Now I have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So that 8 times 2, we have 16 rows already. Okay, 16 rows already. Now you add 16 to the 3 rows I have here initially. Sorry, I think my calculation is not right. If you have 16 rows with what I have now, here I have 3 rows here. That's 19. Okay. So I think I didn't get this the counting right. I didn't get it right. Okay. Okay, I move here, chain 1, turn. This is going to be this. I'm ending with this color. This is the darker shade, so I'm going to end with it. I'm going to end with that color. So starting, chain 1, so I pull that to the side. So I'm working my last row now. Yeah. Now I'm going to finish off because this is going to be the last row for this coaster. I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to pull through, sorry. I completed the single crochet. That's what I did. And now what I'm going to do is continue with this yarn, with the color, that yarn. I'm going to continue now, moving on to the next step, and is working around the border. So I'm going to work around these edges. I'm going to work around it. Now to do that, I'm using this color to do that. So when I'm done, I do 1 single crochet, and what I would use a half double crochet to, I'm going to work a half double crochet around the edges here throughout. And to do that, I'm going to yarn over, going to the first stitch here, 1 half double crochet, yarn over into the next stitch, and half. So what you would notice is definitely the stitch on the edge, on the edge, yeah, they are not even. They are not like even at all. So you have to go into the space to do it, to do the stitch, because you might be wondering, what am I doing? I want to show you that again. Is once you come here, when you get a yarn over, you need to go into the space. That means picking all the yarn there. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't yarn over. 1 half double crochet, Normally it should be a single crochet to wrap this around, but I'm using a half double crochet. Yarn over into the next. So as you can see, all this yarn that I have on this side, I'm going to carry it and walk on top of it as I walk through, as I walk across. So I just carry everything in. I do not need to do a lot of weaving. I don't need to weave in a lot. So I'm walking around the border now. I'm going to be starting this with I'm doing a half double crochet for the border and to work the edges. So like this. I'm going to cut this ones off. So I'm carrying that along. What I'm going to do now is just cut off this excess yarn, so I don't need to keep carrying it along all this excess yarn. Then here I'm going to do two. When I get to this corner, I'm going to do two half double crochet so that I can turn my work properly. Now working into, this is the stitch, this is the chain stitch. This one is can be a little bit funny, but into every space there you can just go there and sorry, I'm just doing it, just picking one space at a time and just working one half double crochet. sorry, I think I did something wrong there. Yeah, the corner, so I've double crochet to turn my work. So this is where I started from. So I go in there and do 1/2 double crochet there as well, and I come here into the first stitch of this half double crochet to do a slip stitch. I'm not done yet. I'm going to work one more round, but this round is going to be a single crochet round. So I'm just cutting off this excess yarns. So all the stitches here, I'm going to do one more round, sorry, of one single crochet stitch. I need to make sure that I weave in this tail so that it doesn't leave my work. I left it when I was working on I left it when I was doing that thing. The other, when I was working over the rest, so I left it. So I'm just going to hide it here. Okay, if I can't use that, and sometimes you find that you can't stitch something with your, you can't hide a stitch, so a yarn with your darning needle, you can just use your hook. So I'm doing it here. I'm doing it here using my hook. Now, one more round. I'm going to chain one, and into every stitch I'm going to do one single crochet, on top of every stitch, on top of every stitch, one single crochet. Now this is going to be the final, it's going to be the final round. One single crochet. And I'm doing this final round just to give it a better edge, so the edge can come out better and steady. So into every stitch, no space now. So for the entire roll of the coaster itself, I mean minus 3 edges of the coaster, I did a total of 20 rows. I did 20 rows. My video a big thumbs up. For if you enjoyed this tutorial, please leave a comment in the comment section as well. I will go live on Wednesday, so the next Wednesday, I know if you would like to share what you want me to crochet next on the next live. I'm almost done. and this will just take you 20 to 30 minutes even if you're a beginner. Very simple and straightforward. This is the last stitch here. So I come here, this is the first single crochet, chain one and fasten off. So I'm just going to flatten that one out. So I'm going to flatten that one out, and it's just like this. I hope you love this. Of this. This is a very simple, quick, easy coaster. You can use it as a gift. You can make one for yourself, for your own personal use. And now I have to weave in. Passing off. Very easy, very easy tutorial. You're done in 20 minutes to 30 minutes tops. So I'm doing my last, weaving in for any extra yarns. Yours can just look like this. Just flatten it out. Just flatten it out. And you can see we have a beautiful coaster. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. And if you're watching live or you're watching the replay, give this video a big thumbs up. Really beautiful. So the one that I made earlier, so you can see, really nice coasters. And I've come to the end of this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Check my YouTube channel for more crochet content. Subscribe. Thank you, and see you in the next one.